What's up, peeps? It's your boy K Seal. I've been doing these videos for a little while, and I've done a few in uniform, so there's no um, I, it's no secret that I'm in the military. Um, so I've been hit up a couple times about this whole Iran situation. It is what it is. I'm not a political person. Um, I've never followed politics heavily, and I stopped right before the Iraqi war because it was stressing me out. It's like, man, am I gonna end up in Iraq before it's all said and done? So I just stopped, and honestly, I never really picked up the whole political thing again, because the reality of somebody that's in the military, my original job is security forces, and anybody know anything about security forces and the Air Force know that we deploy, and we were one of the first ones to go. Obviously, after the pararescue, those guys, but we are deployment heavy career field. I've done 9 deployments in my first 17 years. I haven't since I became a first sergeant. But my first 17 years, it was every other year. I was gone. I was out the door. So politics was stressing me out. So I just kind of left it alone. What I do want to address real quick are the realities of war. Now, I've never been in a firefight or anything like that. I haven't. I've never had to, thank God, I've never had to pull my weapon in security forces. Now, I've had my troops that have, and then you respond to those situations, and the situations have been resolved. So me specifically, I've never had to pull my weapon, and I'm thankful for that. But you see people and they talk about there's a number of civilians that are just pro-war. Every time something happens, it's like, hey, let's bomb them. Let's do this to this country or do this to these people. And the reality of it is, less than 1% of us serve. Less than 1% of us join the military, and even less than that percent deploy. Everybody in the military does not deploy. They don't. I have, like I just said, 9 times. And I don't even know if it's scary, but the reality of being in another country and people want you dead because you're there, that is something to comprehend. That is something to comprehend. And I tell you, when I was in Iraq, that kind of, and I've never gone to Afghanistan. I've only been to Iraq once. But man, that Iraq trip was crazy. I remember being at the computer. I don't know, at the time, we had like a centralized area where the Wi-Fi was good. And we was all, everybody was there. There's probably 200-300 people there trying to get the Wi-Fi, FaceTime their families, or Skype at the time. I don't think FaceTime was real popular or it existed at the time. And I remember doing something on my laptop. And my Army brother, thank God for those dudes, there's a gun called the CRAM. I don't even know what the CRAM stands for, but it's an anti-missile device. And missiles fly over and the CRAM shoot it out the sky. And I remember being at the tent and hearing the CRAM, and it's intense. It's intense. I mean, when you hear a CRAM, you would never forget it. And I remember the CRAM going off, and then you heard this huge explosion, boom, and the CRAM destroyed the missile. No, not missile. I'm having a brain fart, but whatever was shot over the fence at the morale tent, and the CRAM blew it up right before it got there. And that was the first time that the reality hit me, like, these people are really trying to kill you. Had the C-RAM not gone off, I would have died or would have been badly injured. Some of us would have died because you hear the explosion and then the fallout hitting the tent. And the reality, and what's crazy about it, we were so numb to it that everybody stopped and was just like, what happened? And then everybody just kept going their thing. Because really, you can't really think about it because if it's your time, it's your time. That wasn't the first time. It wasn't the last time. We had things less intense happen. We had things more intense than that happen. And that's the reality. That's the reality your military brethren go through when they are deployed. And that's what you're calling for when you're so eager because of what these news feeds are feeding you. When you're so eager to say, let's do this or let's do that to this or that country. It's not pleasant. It's not. So all I'm saying is, let's be sensitive to it. All right. It's real easy to talk tough from behind your phone or on your keyboard at work or around a water cooler. It's real easy to talk tough. But the reality of it is people die during war or during conflict. The reality of it is your brother and sisters who are in the military, your cousins, your uncles, or whoever, they over there. And there's an enemy that they can't see that wants to take them out. And vice versa. The collateral damage that we cause is real. And when you're over there, you see it. And just like if somebody was to bomb our family, September 11th, and all the collateral damage to go on top of the actual people that lost their lives, it's real. It's real, and people hate us for it, just like we hate the Taliban for what they did for, on September 11th. That's real over there. So yeah, let's be sensitive to it. Don't be so eager to call out countries and say what we can or what we will and won't do to them, or what this administration would do and what the other one didn't do. The reality of it is, lives are lost. People, lives are changed, not just theirs, but their families. I hope this situation is resolved. I'm not gonna worry about it. If it's my time to go, then I go, just like I've done every other time. I've never attempted or gotten out of a deployment. Every time my name is called, I have gone, and that won't change until I get out. But let's be sensitive to it. Let's be sensitive. The things that we have seen, some of us, not everybody in the military don't deploy, but some of the things that we have seen, some of us have seen, kind of push things in perspective. And it could be a harsh reality at times. There were times where, I didn't know if I'd see my family again. And I don't wish that on anybody. I don't. But that's what we're calling for when we're calling for war and trying to be tough on our keyboards and things of that nature. Now, whether the conflict is resolved or not or whatever, it is what it is. But let's just be cognizant of it, especially for my people that have never seen it or even comprehended the realities of war and conflict. It's unpleasant.